Hey, this is Paul Christopher Hoppe with some shameless self-promotion. 6 years ago, Imagine Media published my first book, Way of the Poker Warrior. Now that the rights have reverted back to me, I'm happy to make it available again through Poker as a Skill. While the book is far from perfect, there are a few too many forewords and author bios in the front matter. Most of the poker advice is as applicable today as it was in 2010. Much of the book focuses on my approach to the game, as well as my in-depth analysis of about 25 Limit Holdem hands. Back in the day, I recorded a little excerpt of the preface titled Empty Your Cup. There's no poker technical rigor here. Instead, it teaches one of the most important lessons about learning anything.
If you've ever watched a martial arts film, you've seen some version of the following. An eager student walks into a dusty old temple and asks to be trained. The ancient master makes the student wax the floor and polish the statues. This doesn't jibe with the student's expectations of what training should be like. "Why haven't you taught me the one-eyed death glare yet?" he demands. The master responds,
"Empty your cup."
The frustrated student smashes one of the statues on the ground. He pouts and stomps around and considers quitting. A few days later, the cryptic words begin to make sense. The student returns somewhat enlightened. His mind is now the empty vessel ready to receive knowledge. In some stories, there is an actual cup. The master pours tea into the cup until it runs over. Sometimes the master knocks the full cup straight off the table, emptying it in dramatic fashion. Sometimes the master is a funking green muppet, saying,
"You must unlearn what you have learned."
The specific scenario is not the point. The lesson is the same. The more you think you know, the harder it is to learn. Once you think you know everything, you stop learning anything. You're done. How can you learn while you actively try not to? Not so long ago, all you had to do to win in poker was play tight and aggressive. Bet when you have it, fold when you don't. Protecting your hand was paramount. In today's aggressive short-handed games, however, playing too tight can cost you a lot of money. Showing aggression in the wrong spots can be expensive as well. Sometimes it's best to let your opponent do the betting for you. There are plenty of generalizations like "don't limp" and "never cold call" that may serve the novice player well, but following these rules without regard for unique situations will prove costly for the more experienced player. You should have confidence in what you know, but keep an open mind when you learn new concepts that appear contradictory. In the martial arts tradition, teaching is an integral part of learning, and it can be in poker as well. But you can't teach what you don't know, and you can't learn what you think you do. So empty your cup.